श्रीगुरोर् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, chapter 30, verse number 35. This is prayers of Prachetas to Lord Vishnu, who appeared to them when they were engaged in the austerities. And in their prayers they described the qualities of the Lord. And the Lord had asked them that to take some boon from me, so they said that He has appeared. This itself is a great fortune for them. But ultimately they said that you give us one boon, and that is that wherever we may go and may be born in any place, we may always get the association of your devotees. Because the association of devotee is superior to anything else. There is nothing which can be compared to that up to liberation. So then they are continuing to speak on the same theme, verse number 35 also. They say that yatridhyante katha mrishtahas trishnayaha prasmo yataha nirvairam yatra bhuteshu nodvego yatra kaschana. Says that in the association of the devotees there is glorification and description of the Lord's pastimes. These pure stories of the Lord are described there. And Krishnaya prasmoyamte. And by hearing those stories, all the desires become satisfied. And one becomes completely non-envious towards other beings. And there is no disturbance at all. So the kathas or the stories are called mrishta. Mriswa marsna, which means to rub something against another, it is called marshan. Because the stories, they come out from the mouth of the devotees, and if they are becoming clean, like you will rub some pot and clean the dirt, and that pot is called drishta. So like this, the stories, they are described here as Brishta Katha. So stories themselves are wonderful, but when they are described by the devotees of the Lord, then they become even more powerful. Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbha, he discusses about the chanting and first hearing and Sravanam Kirtanam. So he says that there are various things to be heard. You hear about name, about form of the Lord, his pastimes, and then various stotras. So he says that the best thing to hear is Bhagavatam. And then he describes, because Bhagavatam is spoken by the Lord himself, and then it became more wonderful because it was recited by Sukadeva. So when something is great by itself and it has a brand name, then it becomes even more wonderful. So being recited by Sukadeva, it became more powerful. And after that, so many devotees have studied Bhagavatam and have commented on it. So it carries the power of all these people who have spoken and studied. Because these words. So that is the meaning of Mrishta Katha. Means so many people had vibrated it. So it has become very powerful. And Trishnaya Prasmoyata. By hearing these Katha stories spoken by the devotees, then one becomes devoid of any desires. Because then one understands what is the point in having all these desires. So many great kings, we read the stories here of Prachin Barhi, who did so many yagyas that he covered the whole earth with kusagras. That's why his name was Barhismat. And yet he was not satisfied. So it is not possible for us to have opulence like him. And he had a nice wife and 10 sons who were so well behaved. That is a luxury. Because wife and children, they don't listen to anybody these days. So he had all this. No enemies, no kings were attacking him. But even then he was not happy. So he left that kingdom and he went and engaged in devotion service. So by hearing all these stories, then we also can think that why I have to harbor any material desires. If these kings could not be satisfied by all the material opulence, how I will be satisfied? So that is, he says, Trishnaya Prasmoyata Nirvairam Yatra Bhutesh. And one becomes free from any envy, because envy is there when we have desires. And somebody has more than me, so I feel why should he have more than me? So we like to criticize, find fault, or pull down somebody, create obstacles out of this envious nature. So by hearing this katha, one becomes free from that. That's why Bhagavatam in the beginning says that one becomes nirmatsara. Nirmatsaranam satam. And no dvego yatra kasya. Then such a person is not disturbed by anything. Because dveg also comes when you have desires and they are not satisfied. Then there is disturbance. Yatra Narayana Sakshad Bhagavanyasi Gatihi Sanstuyate Satkathasu Muktsangai Punah Punah. says that in these stories, Lord Narayana, who is the ultimate destination of the renounced people, sannyasis, he is glorified. It is he who is the subject of all these stories, these kathas, satkathasu, mukta sangai punaka. And people who are absolutely free from any material attachment, they repeat these stories again and again. And this is what they want to hear. Such a sadhu sangha siddha bhaktanam sadhak bhaktanam cha sarvada eva sarvatha eva parmupadaya ityahu. He says that the association of devotees, whether devotees are accomplished devotees or practicing devotees, it is always beneficial. Because even if somebody is practicing, then such a person is only going to talk about devotion or God. Sincere practicing devotee. And Yatra Narayana Sakshat Bhagavan Nyasi Namgati. Narayana is called. Sannyasi is also, they say Om Namo Narayana. See their Mool Mantra. So Narayana is the destination for them also. Mukta Sangai Puna Puna, they always repeat this. Yatra Yesu Bhaktesu Yato Yabhya Katabhya Tirthanam. And Yatra Bhutesu Nodvego Yatra Kaschana. So in these stories and from the devotees, Yesu Bhaktesu, there is only purification of the heart. Tesam vicharatam padmyam tirthanam pavnechaya bhitasya kim na rochete tavka nam samadama. These devotees, they move from one place to another place with the intention to purify even the holy places. So tirthe kurvanti tirthani. Tirtha means holy water. And devotee is also called tirtha. Because holy water is that which purifies. So devotees also purify, and therefore it is said that it is devotees who make the tirtha, or they purify even the holy place which is meant to purify others. Because in the Bhagavatam very beginning it is said that go to a holy place, and if there is no association, the holy place will also purify, but it takes a long time. But devotees association, as it was said above, is purifying even a moment's association. Because he is a living example, and his very presence is purifying. So therefore they travel on their feet, wandering here and there. In those days there were no cars. So he says Padbhyam Vicharatam, that they are walking on their foot, on their feet. Why do they walk? Because people walk either they want to enjoy or they want to gain something. It says Pavnecha, they have nothing to gain for themselves. To purify others, to purify the holy places. And therefore it says Bhitasya kim na rocheta tavka nam samanam. It says those people who are full of fear, then would not they like to have association of such people? Who is that person who is full of fear, would not like the association of devotees? So their association is always wonderful. Tirthanam pavnechya snanadibhi rasman punantu iti tirthakartrika या पावनेच्छा तया हेतु भूतया तीर्थानाम शुभदृष्टवसादेव ityartha. So he says that generally people go to the holy places to take bath there thinking this will purify them. But the holy places are thinking that if the sadhus come and take bath in us, we will get purified. So with this intention they are traveling. And this is, he says, that is the great fortune for the holy places, that the sadhus come there. भक्तानां तु तीर्थेभ्यः स्वपावनेच्छया एव प्रयोजनं सम्मतं ज्ञेयम्. So he says the devotees, they go with the intention that we will get purified. Bhitasya samsarat. And anyone who is having fear from the material existence, then such association is the best remedy for that. Now they speak about their own self and how they got the association of Lord Shiva. Vayam tu sakshat bhagavan bhavasya priyasya sakshukshana sangamena sudishchikatyasya bhavasya mritya bhishakattama tvadyagatim gatasmaha. Say that we, as far as we are concerned, we got the association, O Lord, of Shiva directly, who is very dear to you and is your friend. And although our association was not very long, they had very short association. Sudushchikityasya asi bhavasya mrityo bhishaktamam tvadyagatim gatas. So it's because of that, now we have attained your association, who are the best doctor for the disease of material existence, which is very difficult to cure. There are various types of diseases. Some are curable diseases, and some are incurable diseases, and some are palliable diseases. Some diseases you cannot cure, but you can maintain them, like diabetes. And there are some terminal diseases, like cancer. So this is called Sudishchikitsa, this material existence. It is curable but not easily curable, because it's very chronic disease. So Lord is called Bhishakattama. He is the best Ayurvedic doctor. Ayurvedic doctors are called Bhishak. So he is Bhishaktama, means the best. So Tvadyaya Gatim Gatasma says today we have attained your association. Therefore we are very happy. Evam cha abhishta varas tvat praptireva तस्यास्त्वत् प्राप्ते फलम साधु संगे एव अस्माकं त्वत् प्राप्ते साधनं च साधु संगे एव. So earlier they had said that the proper boon for us is your association or your darshan. So there is no need of asking for anything. But now they are saying that the boon which we have got in the form of having your darshan, how we got it is because of sadhu sangha. So that's why sadhu sangha is so wonderful. So tasya tvat prapte phalam sadhu sangha eva asmakam tvat prapte sadhanam cha sadhu sangha. And sadhu sangha is the sadhan, the means is sadhu sangha. तवया प्रिय सखा तस्य भवस्य जन्म मृत्यु और मरणस्य इति रोग द्वयस्य सद्येव सद्वैद्यम त्वाम गतिम प्राप्त. So Lord Shiva is called Bhava, and material existence is also called Bhava. So here the word Bhavasya is used twice. Bhavasya and Bhavasya. The first one is Bhavasya Priyasya, and who is dear, and the other one is Bhavasya Mritya, the material existence. So one bhava is this solution for the other bhava. One bhava is seva, another bhava is problem, material existence. Yanna swadhitam guruvah prasadita viprascha vriddhascha sadanuvritya aryanata suhrido bhratarascha sarvani bhutani anusuyeva yanna sutaptam tapetadisha nirandhasam kalamadabrahmapsu sarvam tavdetat purusasya bhumno vrinimahete paritoshanaya. He says that whatever we have studied from our teachers, inna swadhitam gurava, whatever we have studied, whatever good education we have had, whatever service we have done to our teachers and to the brahmanas, to the elderly people, by following them, and respect to noble people, our friends, brothers, all living entities which we have done any service without any envy, whatever austerities we have performed for a long time, not eating food, passing so much time, long time, they were inside the water without eating anything. So previously people could live without eating because they knew the art of getting energy from breathing, from sun, from the air. So therefore Nirandhasam Kalam Adabhramapsu. He says we were inside the water for such a long period. So he says, let all this be for your pleasure, O Lord. This is the only boon. It means we have seen you, whatever good works, good deeds, education, behavior, service, austerities, penances we have performed, let that be for your pleasure. Means from all those good things we don't want anything else. But you be happy. Vayam agyastvat paritosha sadhanam naiva janim. They are saying that we are ignorant and we do not know how to please you. What makes you happy? It's very difficult to please somebody like the Lord because you don't know what he wants. He is already satisfied in himself. Somebody is hungry, can give food, he will be happy. Somebody is in need of some other things, give that, he will be happy. But one who does not need anything, how to make that person happy? So he is happy only by devotion, by love, by surrender, nothing else. So therefore they say that we are ignorant and we do not know the means to satisfy you. Tadapi swecha yadyat kritena pitvam prasideti asaste. So therefore, by your own will, whatever we have done, let this please you. So this also indicates that whatever activity we perform should be done for the pleasure of the Lord. Whether we study or we go on parikrama or we go to temple or we chant or fast or some other tapasya austerity we take, it should be only for the Lord's pleasure and there should be no other motive behind it. Vriddha Jnanadhika. So Vriddha literally means elderly, senior citizen. But here Vriddha means those who are advanced in knowledge. So there are Vayavriddha, Jnana Vriddha. Usually there are two types of elderly people, those who are senior by knowledge and those who are senior by age. So senior by knowledge is superior to senior by age. Therefore Sukadeva Goswami, he was respected even by his own guru. Vyasadeva was also listening Bhagavatam, sitting down. And Narada was also sitting and listening. So he was not senior by age but by knowledge. So that is Vriddha, Jnanadhika, Arya, Bhakti Adhika. And Arya, one who is advanced in Bhakti. It's not the Aryan invasion from Europe to India. The word Arya is those who are devotees. That's the real meaning of Arya. Because it comes from the root Rigatam. So Ri means Gati, Gati means Jnana, Gati means knowledge. Here it means Bhakti. So Bhakti is the real Jnana. So we have that statement, Savidya Tanmatiryaya. That is the knowledge which makes one devotee. One who becomes devotee is the real knowledge of it. So therefore he translates Arya as those who are advanced in Bhakti. So that's why some people have the theory that Bhakti came in India from outside. Because the Aryans brought it. Now they have found deity of Lord Vishnu in Russia. So there were devotees there when they came to India. Right? So recently there was a news that in the excavation they got Vishnu deity in some village of Russia. Bhutani prasaditani iti shesam nirandasam nirannanam adhabram analpam kanam. मनो स्वयंभूर् भगवान् भवश्च येन्ने तपो ज्ञान विशुद्ध सत्वाः दृष्टपारापि यन्महिम्न स्तुवन्ति यथो तवात्म समग्रणीमः. He says that great personalities like Manu. Manu is also a great devotee of the Lord. And Swayambhu, Brahma, father of Manu. And Bhagavan Bhavasya, supremely powerful Lord Shiva, and other people who are highly elevated in their austerities, knowledge, devotion, even they are not able to understand you, the Lord. Adrishta parapi and mahim. They cannot find the limit of your glories. Stuvanti atho tvatma samam gani. And yet they glorify according to their own intelligence. So he says that we cannot understand whatever little intelligence, and we are praying to you with that. Ajnanam api asmakam tvat stutir na yukta itya. So he says that we are ignorant, yet still it is not improper that we pray to Him. When we say that if you are ignorant, how can you glorify? So they say that even great learned people, they glorify according to their intelligence. They also do not know how great you are. So we are also doing the same. Tvan mahimno nadrishta para iti param vigyapite tvan mahimni agya eva yathas tuvanti tathay vayamapi agyatamapi atmasamam swasakti anurupam evastu. So just as they are glorifying according to their capacity, their capability, their knowledge, we are also glorifying according to our knowledge and understanding. Namah samaya shuddhaya purushaya paraya cha vasudevaya sattvaya tubhyam bhagavate namaha. All obeisances to you who are equal to everyone, who is pure, who is the original Purusha, who is transcendental to material nature, who is the source of everyone or everyone lives in him, who is situated in Vishuddha Sattva, and who is the Supreme Lord. He says to you, we give our respect. So Sattva means Suddha Sattva. There is material Sattva and there is transcendental Sattva. So Lord is Vishuddha Sattva. And this is the end of their prayers. Now Maitreya speaks. Iti pracheto bhirabhishtuto harihi pritas tathaityaha saranyavatsalaha anichyatam jnanamatripta chakshusha yayau swadhamanamapavargaviryaha. When Lord was glorified like this by the prachetas, then Lord was very pleased with them and he says, Tathastu, let it be so. Let your desire be fulfilled. He who is very dear to his surrendered devotees, and then he left. Although the prachetas, they were looking at him and their eyes were not satisfied. And they did not desire that he should go. Yet the Lord left for his own abode. Swadham anapavirgaviri. So anapavirgaviri Vakuntha Prabhava. The Lord's abode is called Vakuntha. Vakuntha means
heaven. Heaven?
Place without fear, without anxiety. Without fear. Anxiety.
Vakuntha means that where Kuntha means obstruction.
Obstruction.
It's a place of no obstruction and no obstacles, no problems. So that's why it is called Anapavarga Virya, that whose power or potency cannot be subdued by anybody or anything. It is called Vakuntha.
अच्छा स्वर्ग अलग है स्वर्ग अलग है वैकुंठ अलग है
स्वर्ग तो यही भौतिक जगत है वैकुंठ आध्यात्मिक जगत अथ निर्याय सलिलात् प्रचेतस उदन्वतः वीक्ष्य कुप्यद्रुमैश्छन्नां गाम गाम रोद्धुमिवोच्छ्रुतैः. After the Lord left, then they came out of the water. They were still inside the water when Lord came. And their necks were outside the water, their bodies were inside. So now they came out of the water. And when they came out of the water, what did they see? They saw that there were huge trees covering the whole earth. So by seeing these trees they got mad. Because not only the earth was covered, it looked like that they have even blocked the path to heaven. So like these trees go up and on the ground was all dark, nothing was growing. Like you see this forest in Europe. There is nothing on the ground, only dry leaves. And all the trees are competing to go up. So they saw this and all around just trees. That's too much. Some trees are okay, but not that whole earth is full of just trees. So Gam Rodhum Ivochritai, tall, very tall trees. So they got very angry. Gam Prithvim Gam Swargam Rodhumiva Avaratumiva Akupya Nityaho. Now the question is, why did they get angry? How is it possible that they got angry? They just saw the Lord, they were doing tapasya. So why should they lose temper? And what do they expect from the trees? That they should wait for them not to grow? The trees are getting rain, they are getting light, they are getting food, they are growing. So why they have to get angry? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a very nice answer to this. Because usually we will think that they got angry because they became proud by doing austerities. When you become proud, then you get angry. He gives a very nice answer. He says, Aho Sri Bhagavad Adishtam Rajyam Kva Karvana. He says that Lord has, if you remember, Lord said that you rule over this earth and be here for thousands of years. So he says, how are you going to follow his order? There are only trees here. So these trees are becoming an obstacle in following the Lord's order. Therefore they are angry. Bhrityavayam katham jihasam. Then someone says, well, forget about Lord's order. So he says, we are devotees, we are servants. How can we give up the order of the Lord? That is not possible. Punarami vrikshaiva prithvim avavru swargam cheti jigringshanti tarhi manusya kya sthasyanti iti anayaya kobheta. And moreover, these trees have covered the whole earth and including the heaven. So where will people live? So this is very unjust. So they are getting angry at the injustice done by the trees to people. Trees should not grow so much that human beings have no place to live. So that is the cause of their anger. So out of anger, what did they do? They created fire. Because they were doing tapasya. Tapasya means heat. That's why they are inside the water, to cool themselves. When you do tapasya, because tapa means heat. Satapo atapyat. Statement in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka? Or Tatriya. That Brahma did tapasya, so it is translated, he heated his body. So when they are doing tapasya, their body got hot, they went inside the water. Now when they are coming out, the heat is again coming out. So they are angry. And there is fire. Tato agni maruto rajan munchan mukto rusha mahim nirvirudham kartum samvartakai vate. Says that, O king, at that time wind and fire blew from their mouth, and this fire was just like the fire which happens at the time of dissolution called Samvartak fire. They wanted to burn all the trees and creepers and everything. So much fire. It's like sometimes you see in the movies, cartoons, they create fire or suddenly something like that. Fire is coming out of their mouth. So Rajan Jitkopatvat Bhaktya Virajmana He Vidura Naye Niktibhi. So Maitreya is calling Vidura as king. It's also interesting because Vidura was not king of anywhere. So he translates this word as per the context, that because Vidura has conquered over anger, he is the king. And he is situated in Bhakti, therefore Vidura is called Rajan here. Nayan Yukti bhi. So they got very, very angry. Not just ordinary anger. So what happened after that? Bhasmasat kriyamanas-tan druman viksha pitamaha agatah shramayamasa putran barhismatonehi. When the trees were being burnt like this, forest fire, then Lord Brahma came personally and he pacified the sons of Barhismat, Prachin Bari, these Prachetas, with yukti, with proper words, proper logic, proper polity. Because somebody is angry, then you have to be very niti, little political, how to deal with the angry person. Otherwise you will also lose it and then there will be fight. So Brahma came, although Brahma is senior to them, much senior, but he used niti and he made them satisfied. So niti means he spoke to them some moral statements that it is not good for you. Your father is so great, you are coming in the line of Dhruv Maharaj, remember he is coming. And how can you do such a sinful act of burning the trees? Trees give life, they create balance, the rains come because of the trees, keep the environment clean, they give fruits, flowers, shade, wood to burn. So please don't do this out of anger. So Prachetas, they cooled off, they became satisfied. Tatravishtay avsishtaye vriksha bhita duhitaram tada ujrahuste prachetobhya updishta swayambhuva. So the remaining trees, they brought their daughter to him, being ordered by Brahma, and offered it to the Prachetas that please take this gift from us and be happy. Don't kill us like this. Techa brahmane adeshan marisham upye mire yasyam mahal avagyana ajani yoni jaha. So then the Prachetas, on the order of Brahma, they married that girl whose name was Marisa. So Marisa is a Sanskrit name. And it is in him that Daksha was born. Mahan Avagyanad Ajani Ayan Yoni Ja. That son of Brahma, Daksha. We read the story of Daksha. Daksha was son of Brahma. And he insulted Shiva, and then his head was chopped off by Veerbhadra. And then all the devas, they went to Lord Shiva, they pacified him, and they put a goat head on him. So now after some time he died, and he is taking birth again as Daksha now. Or he will take birth again from Marisha, Prachetas. Marisham Varkshim. Marisham is the daughter of these trees. Ajaniyoni Brahma Tasmat Jatopi Daksha. So Ajaniyoni is Brahma and his son was Daksha. So originally Daksha was Brahmana. But because he created offense, now he will be born as a Kshatriya. So he is demoted. It's like he got promoted. Kshatriya Jato Yasyam Mahata Sri Mahadevasya Avagyanat Ajani. So why it happened? Because he offended Lord Shiva. Kshatriya Viryata Garbhavas Vasajasva Dukkham Prapya. Says that he got now the suffering of being in the womb and being born as a Kshatriya. Purvam Veerbhadra Hastat Punascha Kaltasya Maranadvayam Prapya. So first he was killed by Veerbhadra, associate of Lord Shiva, and then he got the goat head, and then he died in due course of time. So he died twice. Now he will be born as Daksha again. Chakshushe Tvantare Prapte Prak Sarge Kal Vidrute Yasa Sarja Prajayishta Sadaksho Deva Chaudita. So then at the beginning of Chakshus Manvantara, which is the 6th Manvantara, Daksha will become the Prajapati and create. So that means he will live so long, because he is born in Swambhu, the first Manvantara, Swambhu Manu. And now the 7th Manu, Vivasvat Manu. And the previous one was Chakshus. So long he has to wait. Yo Jayamana Sarvesham Tejas Tejasvinam Rucha Svayopadatta Dakshinam Che Karunam Daksham Abrugan. So when he was born, as if he made everyone look or lose their effulgence, because he was so effulgent. And because he was very expert in performing karma kanda, he was called Daksha. Daksha means expert. Tam praja sarka rakshayam anadi abhisitya cha yojasi jainyasya savai sarva prajapati. So Brahma, he will install him on the post of Prajapati, and then he will engage others in the act of creation. So he will become the chief of all the Prajapatis. See the end of this chapter. Punascha asutosasya tasyeva stuti utthānād anugrahād aishvaryam ca sviyam avāpaye vidyaha chakshusayati. So, because he came to life by the grace of Shiva and he got Aishwarya, now he will get the same Aishwarya again in this life. Pancham Manvantar Avsane Prachin Sarge Kalto Devadev Nashte Sati. Then the creation came to an end at the end of 5th Manvantara. In the beginning of 6th he will create. Janmatu Asya Swambhu Manvantara Eva. Although he himself was born in the Swambhu Manvantara, the first one. Paurkalik Aishwarya Prapti Kamnaya Pancham Manvantar Paryantam Asya Tapah. So to get his old opulence, he performed austerities from Swambhu Manvantar to the end of 5th Manvantar. That long. And then he is become Prajapati. So this is how samskaras work. This is very interesting because he was Prajapati before, he was Daksha, and he was attached to opulence. So now with all that cursing, counter cursing, killing, dying, praying, all that, the samskaras are still there. He comes back and engages in the same thing. And in this life also he will curse Narada Muni. Because he will create 10,000 sons, they will go to do austerities, then Narada will make them devotees and Daksha will become very upset because he will create another 1,000, they will also become devotees. So the samskara of offending devotees also continues. तस्याश्वरे महायति अजायमाने जो ब्रह्म तत्तुल्य स्वरुचा प्रभ्य तेजोपादित्य आच्छादितवान् अनादिर ब्रह्मा तम दक्षं प्रजानां सर्गे रक्षयाम च योज सच दक्षोन्याम मरीचयामि. So he was very powerful, although engaged in the activities of karma, very effulgent, that he was more powerful than Marichi, Atri and all the sages. And then he was the chief of the Prajapatis, Lord Brahma himself engaged him in that. So this is the end of chapter number 30. In 31 will describe the activities of Prachetas. We'll stop here.
Was Daksha aware of his previous existence as Daksha?
I don't think so. Unless he hears Bhagavatam. That I think he will not do. If he was given to Karmakanda.
Was this anger the Prachetas were experiencing material or something beyond our understanding?
No, this is by will of the Lord because he wanted them to get married. This is not a material anger. That's why it did not harm them.
When it was said that the trees brought Marisha, does it mean the presiding deity of the trees, the personified? Okay.
Yeah, trees also have their deities.
One last question about the association of devotees. When it is said that even a moment's association with a pure devotee can change one's life, and then one can see that on some persons it may have an immediate influence, and on other persons who have the same association at the same time maybe, nothing happens. So is that due to
It also depends on personal qualification.
Qualification.
It's like we spoke about patra, pot. So you want to take something, you want milk, you need a pot to hold it. So if the pot has a hole in it, somebody pours the milk, it goes down. Or if the pot is too small, pour the milk, it flows out. So this patrata is also necessary.
And that's the result of sanskaras also? That qualification of cultivating good qualities?
Humility, respect, reverence, desire, shraddha. Main thing is faith.
I heard an interesting comments by Maharaji about the curse, no, the Daksha, he said actually that Narada was in one sense committing offense, because Daksha has received the order by the Lord to procreate and become Prajapati, and then Narada he obstruct his instruction because he made his son sannyasi, I think, renounce. So in one sense he was acting against the will of the Lord, in one sense, Narada.
Yeah. If you see from that angle, it's. But
Of
from
course,
another side, he was
was
also acting on the will of the Lord.
yes, it's,
Because Lord has also ordered him to preach Bhakti. So it depends from which angle you want to analyze.